Good evening all, this is Tom here, and I started bringing up the trains to the third level, and I ran into a few obstacles along the way, and the train's starting out now, and let's see how it goes. And as we go along here, on the left there's my substation for the power and light company. And then we're going under the bridge with all the graffiti on it. And as we came around this corner, it derailed on that one turnout there. And that's how it was. And I had to put it back on the track. And stop for that red signal there. And we slowed down here, make sure this turnout was the right way. And now we're making our way up the helix on the left hand side, the gas station to the left. There's some tools there that I used, and I ended up the helix. It derailed. One of the cars derailed, and I had to put him back on the track. This is the first time going up the helix, since a lot of things have moved around. So that area there going from the first level to the helix was a little sensitive, and those tools there were I had to lift up the piece of board a little bit, because when the car engine was coming up, I ran the engine up and down by itself first. Then the coupler was hitting the track, so it was a little dip, so I had to elevate it just a little bit to make it go through there. So I got to tweak that a little more. Sometimes the couplers go to the side for some reason, and they get caught, especially on turnouts. So I'm double checking the cars. And now we're back on our way. I slowed down a bit, double check the cars. And that's me just moving the chair around. So we're going there. Not the chair, but my stool, so I can stand up once I get to the upper levels. And there we go. Now we're back on the road again. And see, all my signs and everything are marked and identified, so I know what everything is. I use my label maker to make all those numbers, stuff like that. And Jim Tedesco made me those signs that I put by the signals. Those numbers there are the address of the light, so I know which signal number it is. Makes it easier. So we're getting there. And as this is this Lehigh Valley train is a single engine train, and it had trouble getting up the helix with that load it had on it. And so I just had to push it along a little bit. I'm going to end up getting another engine to make it consist, because two engines will make it up there with no problem. My Pennsylvania train, which is two engines, it made it up all the way up the helix with no issues, except that one car derailed along the way, and I had to stop it to put it back on the track. Just on the turnouts, sometimes the cars derail, and all my cars are weighted, so I just think these KD couplers, sometimes they get caught on the rail somehow. I don't know why, but trying to figure that out, especially when it goes over a turnout. So it goes all the way around, and it slows down a little bit, and it tries to make it up that little bit of a grade, and then I just push it along, and then it continues, and then it goes around again, and then it comes back to the same spot, that side of the helix. And I just have to keep on giving it a push. And that's because the wheel starts slipping right there. And now we're coming up to the 4th level here, and there was a red signal there, so we had to stop and make sure that this turnout was in the right position. This turnout allows me to continue up the helix or go over to the 2nd level. That's Upper Grimsby. You can see through the helix. And it was just waiting for the signal to change. There it goes. And now we're making our way up. And another turnout. This is a split. This splits the runs going up to the top level. And it's stalled there. That's the same spot. Just past that turnout. That was a Y. So it splits it. So I have 2 lines going up the helix all the way to the top level. So I can have one coming down and waiting, and then one going up if I need to. So, see, it goes smooth until it gets to this spot, and then I just push it along, and then it continues, and it goes smooth until it comes around to the next level. So that 2nd engine would do the trick. He's going good. At least there's no derailments on the helix part. It was just getting into the helix that had the problems. So we're making our way around here and getting another push. It's strange how that makes that look purple, because that's all black. And for some reason, it just looks purplish. I don't know why. Maybe that's the camera. This mini cam that I got for the train, it has a weird codex format, and you can't just take it and view it. So what it does is it's an app on your phone, and then it puts the video in your phone's video folder, and then that uploads to my iCloud account, and then I download it, but I can't read it. So I had this program called Move AVI Video Editor Plus, and that's the horn I'm testing, and it didn't read it this time either. Now my iPhone had an update on it recently, and I don't know if it changed the codex on them. So a friend of mine at work, we talked about it, and then I got this other program called VLC Media Player, and I imported the file into that program. It opened it up and played the video and everything, which was good, and then I was able to convert it. And once I converted it, now I can read it on my PC and everything else. So that's what it is. So we're at level 12, no, 13. We're going 13 to level 14. Now we're on level 14, which is the top level, and we're making it um, here, and here's where I had the next problem. See, there's two insulator joiners right there, and that section of track that goes into the tunnel is dead. There's no power on there. I found out later that I had well, once we get onto the other side of the tunnel, I'll show you what I found. The problem, and I was just backing up the train to try and see if it was this stuck or something, but it was a dead section of track. So now we're on the other side of the tunnel, and then I go up there and I start testing with my tester. You can see my gasworks building out in the background there. And that's what I put in another video the other day. But this is, here I am. This is my tester. And that should light up. And if it don't light up, track's dead. Nothing. So I'm just looking to see, and I wasn't too happy when this happened because this all was working.
No
power. Yeah, no freaking power. And so I moved over to the other side, and I went up top there and started checking, and I had power there. You can see the light come on. And I was just testing the joiners, and nothing. So there's a red dot that you can't see from this view, but I know where it is, and that's where the feeder is. And so that's why the power light came on, because I was on the other side of that feeder. And on a one section of track, the joiner was loose. So I got my soldering iron out and soldered it. That joint right there is where the problem was. The one on the left by that red dot. That's my marker of showing where feeders are. And it was just loose, that insulator. So I just drug the train to the spot where it had power. Then I took off. I stopped momentarily just to check to see the turnout was properly switched, even though the signal said green. I always like to check to make sure the switch is turned, and it was. And then we start out here in a minute or so, and that's where we're going. So this thing should start off in a minute here, and here we go. Yes, no, more delay than I thought. There we go. So we just got on the track, and now we're on the main line, and we're going to make it around. We got green signal there for that turnout, so it's cleared. And that turnout's cleared. That's for the double crossover. And that's this other signals for the block detection, making its way around. I got to put more trees along that side there. But this side here, I'm going to put a whole bunch of picnic tables and make like a park area around the pine trees. And there I am sticking my nose up there. And we're making it around. We're going to pause here, switch that turnout. That signal should go red, which it just did. And that's for the line coming over from the helix. And that's a red signal now. Get closer, it should be red. And we got a yellow, so it's moving slow. Oh, it's green. I gotta check that. That should be red. I'll have to check the signaling on that. And then it just goes around, I think, 2 or 3 times before I stop the video. So that's it, folks. And this was a pretty long video. It did take a while to go from the lower level to the top level. And everybody have a good night, and we'll see you all in the next video. This is Tom, and take care.